What's going on, guys? This is Old Gaming. Welcome back to another episode of the Pasta Show, a series where I read creepypastas. Today we'll begin with a pretty popular creepypasta, probably the most popular in my opinion, but anyway, today we're going to be doing a creepypasta known as Jeff the Killer. So, I will be summarizing this because the actual creepypasta would take way too long to read, and so yeah, let's just begin this. The story begins with a local newspaper explaining that an ominous unknown killer is still on the rise. The boy tells a story about an encounter with the killer. The boy woke up in the middle of the night. He saw the window was open, although he remembered closing it. He got up, shut it, and crawled back into his bed. He felt like he was being watched and saw a pair of two dark, ominous eyes and a little ray of light. He noticed a long, horrendous smile that made his hair stand up. The figure watched him until he uttered a phrase. "Go to sleep." The boy screamed and the man attacked him. He pulled out a knife and jumped on the boy's bed. The boy fought back until his dad arrived. The man threw the knife and it went into his dad's shoulder. The police arrived and the man made a run for it. He broke out a window and disappeared behind the house. We then go back to when Jeff and his family moved into the neighborhood after his dad got a promotion at work. A neighbor comes up and introduces herself as Barbara. She also introduces her son, Billy. Jeff's mom, Margaret, introduces Jeff and Leo, Jeff's younger brother. Barbara invites them to her son's birthday party. Although Jeff and Leo didn't want to go, his mother said they would love to. Jeff complains, and his mom still forces him to. Jeff just went into his room and plopped down into bed. He felt a weird feeling, not really pain, but just a weird feeling. He dismisses it and continues on with his day. Jeff feels the feeling again the next day while eating breakfast. Jeff and Leo walked down to the bus stop. While they waited, some kids approached him. The kids introduced themselves as Keith, Troy, and Randy. They asked him for money, and when they refused, Randy took Leo's wallet. Jeff got the feeling again. This time it became a burning sensation. Jeff approached Randy, and when Randy intimidates him, Jeff attacks. He breaks Randy's wrist and steals his knife. He stabbed Keith and punched Troy. As they went down, Leo looked on, amazed. They run to school and say no more about the event. The police arrive at Jeff's house and his mother explains that the officers say he attacked the three kids. Jeff explains that they pulled out the knives first. The police officers state they have evidence of Jeff and Leo fleeing the scene. When Leo comes downstairs, he takes the blame and says he did it. Jeff does not approve of this, but Leo is taken to juvie anyways. Jeff feels sadness and guilt until Saturday, the day of Billy's birthday. Jeff refuses, but his mother forces him to go yet again. He gets dressed and they are on their way. When they arrive, some kids want him to play with toy guns in the yard. Jeff plays until Randy, Troy, and Keith arrive. After some taunting, Randy rushes at Jeff. Troy and Keith pull out guns, exclaiming, "No one interrupts or guts will fly." Randy stabs Jeff and kicks him in the face. Jeff twists Randy's foot and goes to the back door. Troy grabs him and throws him through the door. Randy grabs a bottle of vodka and smashes it over Jeff's head. Jeff is thrown into the living room. When he gets up, the feeling comes back again. All of a sudden, something snaps inside of him, and all he can do is kill. He punches Randy straight in the heart, which causes it to stop. Jeff repeatedly punches him until he dies. Troy and Keith try to shoot Jeff, but Jeff dodges all the bullets. He runs into a bathroom upstairs, grabs a towel rack, rips it off the wall, and prepares to fight Troy and Keith, who have their knives ready. Troy is knocked in the face with the towel rack and Keith remains. Keith pushes Jeff into a wall which causes bleach to fall on Jeff. Jeff brings the towel rack down into Keith's head. Keith smiles. Jeff asks what's funny and Keith points out that Jeff is covered in bleach and alcohol. He throws a lit lighter at Jeff, which burns him. Jeff tries to put out the fire, but there is no use. He passes out. He wakes up in a hospital. His family comes in after a while. His mother explains that Leo will come back tomorrow. The next day, Jeff's bandages are removed. His family was there to see it. When his bandages were removed, his family was in shock. Jeff looks in the mirror to see what it looks like. His lips were burnt to a deep shade of red, and his face was turned to a pure white color. His hair went from brown to black. He felt his face and found that it had a leathery feel. Jeff exclaims that his face goes perfectly with him. Jeff's mom asks if his son is okay. The doctor says this is a typical behavior for patients that take very large amounts of painkillers. Jeff got his clothes back from the day of the party, and they went home. Later that night, Jeff's mother woke up to a sound coming from the bathroom. It sounded like crying. She walked in to see Jeff with a knife, carving a smile into his cheeks. She asked what he is doing, and Jeff explains that he couldn't stop smiling, so he carved it permanently. She noticed his eyes were ringed in black, and Jeff again explains that he couldn't keep his eyes open forever, so he burned out the eyelids. Jeff asks his mom if he is beautiful, and she went to get Daddy to see his face. She shook him awake and told him to get the gun. She saw Jeff in the doorway with a knife. "Mommy, you lied," Jeff said. He rushes at them with a knife, killing them both. Leo was startled by some noise in his sleep, but he didn't hear anything else, so he went back to sleep. Just as he was getting to sleep, he felt as if he was being washed. He looked up and Jeff covered his mouth. Jeff raised his knife to kill Leo. Leo struggled to escape his grip. Jeff then says, "Shh, just go to sleep." Alright, well, that was a pretty creepypasta. And I'm kind of creeped out because I had to mute my TV, which I normally keep on behind me so I can just hear something. So I have no sounds going on. That was kind of creepy. So, what did I think? Well, this creepypasta is pretty popular. In fact, Jeff has even got his own fangirls and asked me how. But this creepypasta was pretty well written for the most part. I'm no doctor or, I'm no health guru, but I don't think you can punch someone so hard, and I mean it just doesn't sound logical. If you punch someone straight in the heart so hard it causes it to stop, I mean it could be possible, but like I said, I'm no health guru. I don't know what happens if that's even possible. If you would like to inform me in the comments below, please. Okay, so this is my thing about the creepypasta. The story itself is pretty creepy, but I mean, I've seen some people on YouTube that read this creepypasta and they don't get scared one bit by that picture, but that thing horrifies me. Just that was greatly, that's not even a word. That was just so well done. The photoshopping just amazes me. It was so good. I mean, I like how it's not just his face. You can just see the background. I don't know. It's just creepy nonetheless. So, like I said, good creepypasta. Some parts didn't make sense. I mean, just it all was way too action-based and breaking body parts. I mean, it's kind of insane with the action sequences, but other than that, I enjoyed this creepypasta. So, this has been another video of the Pasta Show. If you like this video, please hit that like button. If you like this series or any series on my channel, please hit that subscribe button or say cheeseburger. See you guys next time.